It is the final game of a great action-packed day of hoops on Pac-12 Network. Fans coming in to enjoy this one. They have high hopes for their team here in 2019-2020. The starting lineup for Texas Southern features John Jones, the coach's son. Jones had 20 points off the bench in the Texas Southern win here last year. He had 4 3-pointers. Also former ASU center Jethro Chisumpa. For the Oregon Ducks, Peyton Pritchard is the man, 4th in the conference in points per game, 18.7. Also second in assists with 6. C.J. Walker starting in place of the injured Shakur Houston. Walker, a 5-star freshman. Houston is out with a lower leg injury. This is the 4th all-time meeting all this decade. 3rd straight year Texas Southern has come here a couple of years ago. Oregon won big after leading by 1 at halftime. Last year, Texas Southern won by 4. Here is Tyreek Armstrong. They will set a lot of high ball screens for him. That high ball screen worked well against Nevada. It also worked, there's inside Chisumpa. Also worked last year against the Ducks, and Chisumpa with a turnaround shot.
Well, a nice find by Armstrong. Chisumpa fumbled it a little bit, but gathered itself in a nice jump hook.
Texas Southern, 95% man-to-man defense, if not more. Duarte around the Okoro pick. For a flashback. Instead, it is C.J. Walker on the drive against Razas. Little jump hook. I know you wanted to see C.J. Walker play, Eldridge, and there he is.
My first time, and one jump hook deserves another one. C.J. said, I'll match you, big fella. I like his length.
Here's Tyreek Armstrong. Razas comes out threatening to set the high ball screen. Ducks play a lot of matchup zone. Inside to Razas, goes up off the glass.
Well, another beautiful dish by Tyreek Armstrong, and just an absolutely beautiful finish by Razas, like you said.
Last year, Texas Southern won here, 89-84. They've been one of just 4 non-conference losses in the Ducks' history. They're 82-4. Most of the stars for that game for Texas Southern are gone. Duarte's 3-pointer rattles out. Offensive rebound, Okoro. Pritchard reloads. That falls short. Duarte puts it back up and in. 3 chances for the Ducks.
You can't give a team that many opportunities, and Duarte just happened to be in the right place at the right time. An easy 2-on offensive rebound put back.
Okoro with a steal on a bad pass from Armstrong. Here's Anthony Mathis, the New Mexico transfer. C.J. Walker for 3. Ducks 0 for 3 on 3-pointers. Okoro backs it out to Duarte.
We're just seeing Francis Okoro being really active at 6'9", going after everything. Couldn't grab the rebound, but he was able to tap it out to a teammate.
A week ago today at Michigan, he tapped out the last play of the game.
That was a good idea by Duarte, but he just couldn't put enough touch on it to get it to Francis Okoro. As a result, it's a turnover.
Ducks turned it over 15 times on Wednesday against Montana. They forced 20 turnovers, but team coming into that game averaging fewer than a dozen a game. And they turned it over 15 times, something you know Dana Altman wants to clean up.
Well, you asked me in the open what's one of the things they want to work on. Turnovers is another one. You don't want to go into conference play with 15 turnovers. Wow.
Armstrong, the former walk-on, with the floater.
Well, he's shown us that he could pass the ball in the first 2 assists of the ball game, and that time he makes up his mind to do it himself, and it's just an absolutely sweet floater.
And back-to-back turnovers on the Ducks. Here's Mathis, the veteran, fumbles it out of bounds. Here's Tyreek Armstrong.
Yeah, we see him here. He's had 2 really nice assists. That time he just made up his mind to get it himself.
Coach's son, John Jones, with the ball right now. The dad known as Johnny, the son known as John. Seems a little backwards, but okay.
Yeah, the kids want their own identity.
That's right.
I'm learning that myself, Rich. I have a son named Eldridge. He never goes by Eldridge.
Oh, what's he go by?
He goes by Manny.
Okay, yeah, I know Manny.
He doesn't want to be Eldridge right now.
I didn't know that was his given name.
Yes,
Armstrong
sir.
on the drive, Walker altering the shot, but still off the glass.
Well, we see why Johnny Jones was so excited about Tyreek Armstrong. He could flat out score the basketball for a little fella.
Yeah, he came last year as a walk-on. They didn't know what they had. They were hoping to get a backup point guard, and this kid shows up in their gym. Now he's on scholarship. Walker goes in the air. No foul called on the shot.
You mentioned Tyreek Armstrong being on scholarship. Not only is he on scholarship, but he's their best player. It's rare you see a guy go from being a walk-on to being the team's best player, but that's the case for Tyreek Evans.
There's Johnny Jones, former head coach at LSU. 90 wins there, quite a resume. NCAA tournament berth. No basket.
Yeah, Johnny coached a guy named Ben Simmons.
Against Devontae Lumpkin. Yeah, coached Ben Simmons for a year.
Yep.
And
NBA fans out there know who Ben Simmons is.
I think they also know who Shaq is. Long ago, as an assistant at LSU, he helped recruit Shaq.
How about that?
Pritchard kicking to Duarte.
That'll keep you a job for a long time to bring a guy like Shaquille O'Neal.
Here's Duarte. He was in the gym after everybody else shooting threes. He's 0 for 2. And the rebound pulled down by Jones. Here's Armstrong against Peyton Pritchard. Jones against Mathis. Now Yahuza Razis, sophomore out of St. Louis. 12 to shoot. Long range shot by Jones doesn't go. Chased down. Devontae Lumpkin.
You can see Texas Southern is really trying to execute their stuff. They're really patient on offense. That was a deep shot by John Jones. But I think that's the shot he's comfortable with taking and can actually make.
Duarte with the 3. Whoa! Jam by C.J. Walker. Oh, baby.
You know, Rich, they lose Kenny Wooten and they pick up this guy. It's like they've got a system just to insert guys in these certain type of athletes that Dana Altman loves. Wow, what some bounce by C.J. Walker. Find the ladder,
steal by Duarte. Running hook off the glass by Jones.
There's the Bob Cousy of the Boston Celtics. The running hook shot by a little guy. Rich, come on. Oh, they're giving us a little bit of everything so far here tonight.
Jones listed at 6 feet tall. That's pretty generous. The coach's son, native of Baton Rouge, on the drive. Pritchard kick it out to Duarte. Looking for that 3, and he's got it. Duarte had missed his first 3 three-pointers, but knocks it down.
Well, he got some good looks. He didn't lose his confidence. He kept shooting and finally knocked one down. He has a nice-looking shot, Rich. Speaking of height, you said these guys are NBA height, huh? They give themselves a couple inches.
Kevin O'Neill told me that when he was coaching Toronto. They bring in guys listed at 6'8" in college, and they measure them up, and they were 6'5", 6'6", maybe. Tyreek Armstrong. He's got 8. Doesn't go. Batted back out by Okoro. Walker. Wide open Duarte. He'll never be more open than that. Now 1 of 5 on threes. Rebound Lumpkin.
I think he was a little bit too open. Had too much time to think about that one. But another great job by Francis Coro of keeping the ball alive. Can't corral the ball, but he's tapping it out to his teammates, giving Oregon other opportunities to score.
Razis gets the pass. Batted away. Devontae Lumpkin. Teardrop. Pritchard with the rebound.
That was a nice little floater by Lumpkin.
Anthony Mathis for 3 over Jones. Air ball. He won't do that very often.
That was a tough shot, Rich. That's a little bit too quick in my opinion.
Watch the tip jam by C.J. Walker. Yeah. 5 stars, I'll say.
This is a young guy. The Oregon Duck fans probably remember Kenny Wooten. This guy is showing.
Half, and likewise Arizona trailing to St. John's. And we should mention that Stanford knocked off San Diego. Told you about that one. Colorado had that win.
A big win for Colorado as well. Once again, doing a great job.
Beating 13th ranked Dayton in overtime. Jumper by Deshaun Schwartz. You saw N'Faly Dante in the game for Oregon for the first time. Ball away by Bryson Etienne. Rebound out of bounds to the Ducks. Yeah, how about Colorado? Deshaun Schwartz, 3-pointer, 3 seconds left. The United Center in Chicago to knock off 13th ranked Dayton.
Huge win.
7 wins now for Pac-12 teams against top 25 schools. Addison Patterson in the game for Oregon, along with Will Richardson, who's got the ball right now. Richardson, a sophomore, making excellent decisions, and now Chandler Lawson.
Yeah, Richardson's a young man you really like a lot, Rich.
I do. He'll be at the controls of this offense next year. Nice move down the lane off the glass. Put back up and in by Dante.
And finally, Dante showing his length. Didn't really jump high, but you don't need to when you're 6'11" with 7-foot plus wingspan. Look at the big fella get out on the pick and roll.
Look at it. Flash back, huh?
I like that. And he's vocal, Rich. He's out there talking.
Good instincts. It's his second collegiate game. Baldwin's 3-pointer. He drains it. It's 15-11, Texas Southern.
Texas Southern looks really comfortable. They have 4 guys that was on that team last year that beat Oregon. And I think they're coming in here thinking that they can win again.
Peyton Pritchard diving on the for the ball.
A great hustle by Chris Baldwin. We see him foul Dante here, yeah. The young fella with the easy 2 putback on the tip dunk. What we didn't see on the other ends defensively, Tyreek Armstrong did a great job of fighting around Peyton Pritchard, who was trying to post him up, and he got great help from Chris Baldwin as a result. Turnover for Oregon.
Texas Southern's done a much better job of breaking that full court press than Montana did on Wednesday. They're able to come down and get into their offense about the 20-second mark. It took Montana to about 15 or maybe even 12 seconds.
Well, you can see that number 20, Tyreek Armstrong, is playing with an extreme amount of confidence as we see him go to the hole again. He's just making it look easy.
And that's how Texas Southern beat the Ducks last year, with Trayvon Reed coming out and setting high ball screens.
It's hard for me to believe that young man did not have a scholarship last season. That's insane. He looks absolutely phenomenal.
We'll talk about Tyreek Armstrong.
Yes, sir.
Foul on Justin Hopkins, his first.
He's poised. He's under control. He's playing with an extreme amount of confidence. Young man has a lot of confidence in his ability, Richard. You can see it. It's on display. Peyton Pritchard's got his hands full tonight.
Tyreek Armstrong, number 20. He's on scholarship now. Native of Houston, Weatherford Junior College. Here's Dante. Does he have this in his arsenal? Missed a few from that range on Wednesday.
I'll tell you what, Rich, I like the way it looked. It's a nice-looking shot.
This needs to become comfortable. Off Dante, off Razis to Richardson.
The length of Oregon is bothering Texas Southern on that possession.
Patterson tried to lob it to Dante, but didn't get much on it. Turnover on Oregon. That's their 4th. Razis comes out the garbage with it. And we had a foul called against Oregon.
That was great hustle by
Patterson. Texas Southern leading it by 6. Pritchard, Pac-12 Player of the Week. They're 8th ranked as a team. Women's basketball, number 3 in the AP poll. Sabrina Ionescu, the Player of the Week. And Justin Herbert wins the Campbell Trophy. That's the top. It's been known as the academic Heisman. And Penny Sewell, the Outland Trophy winner. Top lineman in college football. Ducks are going to the Rose Bowl to take on Wisconsin. 2 o'clock New Year's Day. Our friends at ESPN will have that one. Chris Baldwin fumbling it. We've got a tied-up ball. And the error goes the way of the Ducks.
That's a good tie-up by Peyton Pritchard and Will Richardson. You can see Johnny Jones isn't afraid to play his bench. He's got only one starter remaining out on the floor. All the other guys are subs in a big road game. I tip my hat to that for him.
The Ducks, likewise, with just one starter in the game. That's Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard backing up. We got a foul called against Texas Southern. And Yuza Razis.
Yeah, Texas Southern bench didn't like the call at all. Half their team jumped up off the bench. They thought that was an offensive foul.
Under 11 to go in the first half. Texas Southern upsetting the Ducks here. Last year, this Ducks team better, certainly than last year. And Peyton Pritchard, I believe, is bleeding right now, so he will come out for the moment.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of blood there on his wrist.
Dana Altman, now in his 10th season. One of just 6 active D1 head coaches with 22 consecutive winning seasons. The other 5 are in the Hall of Fame. Altman would be there as well. Here's Dante backing down. Got a foul called against Razis, so his second.
He's got a little bit of personality with him, Rich. I'm checking him out. He hit that shot. He just had the look on his face like, come on, man, I can make that. You better check up. Dana Altman, I'm going to call him Houdini. He can just keep pulling magic tricks out.
Doesn't he, though?
Every single year you think they're going to be down. He just reloads.
I mean, this team just keeps winning. Peyton Pritchard, who just went out, he's on the bench right now. Again, he's been bleeding. He's had 37 different teammates in his 4-year Oregon career. Here's Dante again against Shasumpa. Out of bounds off Shasumpa with 16 on the timeline. Yeah, check this out. Jim Boeheim, Coach K, Roy Williams, Bill Self, Tom Izzo, Dana Altman.
How about that list? That's as good as it gets.
Addy Patterson kicking outside to Richardson. On the drive against Jamal Reedus.
I tell you, Texas Southern gets after it, Rich. They don't mind diving on the floor after loose balls.
Good defensive play by Jordan Andrews.
That was awesome effort.
Oregon now with 5 turnovers. Andrews, long 3. Rebound, put back up and in by Baldwin.
Yeah, Texas Southern just seems like they want it more right now, Rich. They're beating Oregon to all the loose balls, all offensive rebounds. They're diving on the floor. They are really, really scrappy, and you can tell they didn't think last year was a fluke.
Nope, they look much better than they did against Nevada 3 days ago. And Patterson long range 2. He's got his first bucket. Texas Southern well coached by Johnny Jones. They have done a much better job as they maintain possession here than Montana did against this full court press that the Ducks had put on.
You can see they're just active, Rich. I mean, Chris Baldwin just staying active on the glass. They're diving on the floor, as I said. Right now, they seem to want it a little bit more. This is a big game from these kids coming from a much smaller conference to come out here to Oregon, the Pac-12, and also with Nike. I think it's a really, really cool experience for them.
Texas Southern picked second in the preseason SWAC poll behind Prairie View A&M. Texas Southern has won 4 of the last 6 conference tournaments. For the last 6 years, they've done the NCAA tournament. Reader's shot doesn't go. Shasupa bats the rebound and collects it. And a tied-up ball between Dante and Justin Hopkins. Arrow goes to the way of Texas Southern.
Well, if you can see the floor right here in front of us, Rich, what does it say? Deep into the woods. That time he got too deep into the woods. With big Dante down there, 6'11".
Francis Okoro coming back in. Dante will come out. Lawson comes out. C.J. Walker back in.
What a nice luxury that is to take out a 6'11" guy and you bring in another 6'9" guy. The woods are going to still be deep, Rich.
Hard to believe Matthew Knight Arena opened up January of 2011. Turnover on Texas Southern, their 5th.
Yeah, Jethro Chishumpa, 16, 17 feet away from the basket, trying to put the ball on the floor. I don't understand that move. And as a result, it's a turnover.
I'm in the minority, Eldridge. I like this court. The first
I love it. You're not in the minority. I love the court as well.
Patterson knocks down the defender and gets called for the charge. That's his second. Patterson, the true freshman out of Milton, Ontario.
And that's Justin Hopkins moving his feet. He's active on both ends.
Baldwin talks things over with Patterson. Patterson, another in the long line of Canadians that have come here to Oregon, many with great success. Baldwin gets it off now to Hopkins, who double dribbled.
Yeah, you can tell he wanted to pass that ball over to Armstrong. It wasn't there, ended up with a travel. I think that's the turnover that Johnny Jones can live with, though. And maybe not, he takes him out of the game. You like that, Rich?
Each team with 6 now. John Jones back in the game for Texas Southern, coach's son. Had 20 points off the bench in Texas Southern win here at Matthew Knight Arena last year. Pritchard, stop, kick it back out. Duarte for 3. He's been struggling from 3-point range. Now 1 for 6 in this game. Chris Duarte.
He's getting some great looks. You just can't knock him down.
Baldwin with a nice 14-footer.
Chris Baldwin said, hey, I can knock it down.
There's C.J. Walker for 3. They need it. Not happening. Rebound, Jones.
You know what I don't understand right now, Rich, is Oregon has a size advantage, but instead they're settling for really, really quick perimeter shots. Most of them are threes.
Baldwin takes a 3 and cans it. How about this? It is a 11-point lead for Texas Southern. Only 4 times in 86 games the Ducks have lost at home in non-con to Texas, Boise State, and Texas Southern, the 4 teams to have knocked off the Ducks on their home floor.
I couldn't believe it last year, and I don't believe it right now. Oregon is letting Texas Southern get way too comfortable and have way too much confidence. They're up 11.
The Ducks have their starting 5 back in the game. Ducks without their top rebounder, Shakur Houston. UNLV transfer out with a knee injury. Hope to have him back by conference play. Put on jump hook by Okoro. Doesn't go. Rebound Andrews.
That's a good contest by Chishampa.
Okoro Chishampa, the former ASU Sun Devil. Also played Mississippi State. Floater stays in. Everything falling.
Everything is falling. Everything is going Texas Southern's way right now, but they're playing with an extreme amount of confidence. Because you can't do that. You can't let a team hang around.
Mathis answers with a three.
Finally, Oregon was 1 for 11 before Mathis hit that one. Dana Holtman screaming and yelling at somebody.
What do the Ducks have to do defensively to stop Texas Southern?
They've got to contain this guy with the ball because he's the floor general out there. He's the one that's directing all the traffic. They got to try to find a way to take that ball out of Armstrong's hands. But Chris Baldwin is playing well as also. 10 points off the bench, Rich.
3 on the timer. Jones shot. That one rolls out. Rebound Duarte.
He almost did that one, too. He looked like he was disappointed it didn't go down. Talk about a teardrop. Wow. Little fella with a nice touch.
We start with the Oregon offense with Peyton Pritchard oftentimes taking the ball into the paint, creating for himself or kicking it back out. Jordan Andrews, number 1 on him.
It's nice to see Duarte attack the basket, not settle for a three-point shot.
Kevin Granger Jr. checks in for the first time for Texas Southern. It's just his 3rd game, has yet to score a bucket.
And Johnny Jones is using his full bench. Giving everybody a little bit of burn.
Their bigs, Eden Ewing and John Walker, they're starting 4 and 5 out with injury, and yet they still lead the Ducks by 10.
How about that? I think sometimes it's the smaller schools come into these big schools, Jim, and they have nothing to lose. They call a moving screen on Francis Okoro there.
Yep, that's his first foul.
All the big kids out there, if you're a big setting the screen, you got to hold your position and let the guard rub his guy off. You can't lean and move. It's going to be an offensive foul every time.
Again, the Ducks putting on the pressure. Texas Southern has handled it well. They have 6 turnovers. But by and large have handled that pressure well in the backcourt. Armstrong, stripped by Pritchard. Pritchard all the way at the other end and gets fouled. Wanted the and one, but didn't get it.
That's just great hands by Peyton Pritchard. Tyreek Armstrong is saying he was hit on the wrist and was fouled. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, it looked like he did get a little piece of him, got away with it.
Fouls on Chris Baldwin. That was his first. Peyton Pritchard. He changes to all aspects of his life over the offseason. Eating, sleeping, workouts. Dana Altman says he is much more comfortable in his skin this year.
In his first 3 years, he looked pretty comfortable to me. So if he gets any more comfortable, watch out.
Should say so.
He had a great career. Over 1,500 points. 4,500 rebounds, 4,500 assists. He's up there as one of the all-time greats in Oregon Duck history.
14th Duck with 1,500 points.
This is the guy right here that's got it going for Texas Southern.
Baldwin now to Hopkins. Lost it. Duarte has it.
And they're too deep in the woods.
C.J. Walker all the way to the hoop and one.
Rich, I thought he was going to turn that thing over. Boy, he athletic.
You thought he was going to turn it over. I thought he was going to jump over everything.
Wow.
Time win at Michigan. Walker, 7 points, couple of rebounds.
Yeah, I saw that lob he had against Montana. Boy, was that impressive.
He was pretty wide-eyed at the beginning, but a few games in, things began to slow down for CJ. Some said he's a lottery pick this coming year. It's an 8-0 run.
I can see why everybody's excited about it. You look at his length at 6'8", extremely athletic, can shoot the jump shot. The young fella's just going to get better as the season goes along.
Chishampa comes back in for Granger. Chishampa with it and hands it off now to Jones. Hopkins falls down and traveled with it.
Hopkins having some problems hanging on to the basketball and making his decisions. That's the second travel by him.
A couple of times coming out of that backcourt, the full court pressure. And again, Texas Southern hadn't turned it over because of that pressure much, but I think both of those were because of the double dribble and then the travel on Hopkins. Here's Richardson driving against Andrews. Pritchard. Armstrong tasked with defending him. C.J. Walker. Teardrop. Back iron. Okoro rebound. Richardson reloads. Nails it.
There's your guy, Will Richardson. Knocking down the wide open three after the offensive rebound.
11-0 run for the Ducks.
They're back in this one.
Yes, they are. Armstrong sent all the way toward the...
Yeah, that's go to. He just gets whatever he wants. Once he makes up his mind to get to the basket, it doesn't look like anybody from Oregon can stay in front of him. He's a left-hander. You got to make him go right. If you let him go left, he's too good.
That's the second time Okoro's made that mistake in the last two games. Ball on its way down off the glass. Pritchard draws the foul. Joe throws to Sumpa.
It looked like he might have tweaked the ankle a little bit.
That's Tyreek Armstrong, his second. Sumpa slow to get up, and they're already without. They're starting 4 and 5, Eden Ewing and John Walker.
Yeah, it looks like he may have rolled his ankle a little bit. I don't know if he came down on someone's foot or he just rolled over.
Pritchard, 2 points, has yet to hit a field goal in this game. He has 3 assists. Pritchard, the reigning Pac-12 Player of the Week. 23 points at Michigan a week ago, and he scored 15 of the Ducks' final 17 points in their overtime win. He just flat out carried that team across the finish line.
It was a big-time performance, at Michigan on national TV, and he delivered. The reason why he's a candidate for Player of the Year in the Pac-12 this season.
Yes, he is. Peyton Pritchard now with 4 points, and he's passed Aaron Brooks for number 13 all-time on the Ducks scoring list. 1,513 in his career now.
He's moving on up like George Weezy.
Yes, he is. Bentley. Timeout taken by Texas Southern as the Ducks lost to 18th ranked Villanova. Afterwards, KU head coach Bill Self said, I don't even know if there is a number one. It's been Michigan State, Kentucky, Duke, Louisville, and Kansas as number ones, all to lose this year. The polls come out on Monday. Gonzaga should be number one. It'll be their turn to see if they can protect that top rung of the ladder.
It's almost like it's the Jakes being ranked number one. Everybody's gunning for you.
The point is, a team like Oregon, there's no dominant team in basketball this year.
There's not.
Oregon could get back to the Final Four for the first time since 2017.
It would not surprise me, Rich, when I look at the guys I see out there on the floor for him as John Jones takes another deep three.
Foul called against Jordan Andrews, his second. Nine fouls now on Texas Southern. The Ducks have committed 3. And Chris Duarte to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Duarte, JC National Player of the Year last year, Northwest Florida State Junior College. Averaged 19.5 at 7 for the school in Niceville, Florida. Florida Panhandle between Pensacola and Panama City. And then do back-to-back junior college Elite Eights.
What about some advanced scouting? That's a long way to come from Florida all the way to Oregon.
He was born in Montreal, raised in the Dominican Republic. Went to high school in Troy, New York at Redemption Christian Academy. So he is well-traveled.
He's been around the world.
Ties up this game. Ducks on a 15-2 run. Coach's son, John Jones, with it. Now to Tyreek Armstrong. What a playmaker this guy is. Walker defending him right now. Puts it up over Walker. Walker, I think, got a hand on it.
Yeah, I think he might have tipped it a little bit. That's the only thing he hadn't done right tonight is that shot. Other than that, Armstrong has been fantastic.
On the to take a 1-point lead with 10 seconds left. USC surviving at home against LSU. That game actually at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Trojans have won 4 straight. Onyeka Okongwu, the reigning Pac-12 Freshman of the Week. Ducks on a 15-2 run after trailing at 26-13.
This is good defense by Texas Southern. They're really extending Oregon's offense.
5 to shoot. Duarte spins in the lane.
Yeah, Jordan Andrews just moving his feet. Excellent job. He's brought a lot of energy for Texas Southern off the bench. Diving on the floor, taking charges.
First foul on Duarte. Ducks turn it over for the 8th time.
And Baldwin came off the bench for Texas Southern, gave him 10 big points. A really, really nice lift.
Back in the game now. Armstrong and Baldwin each have 10 for Texas Southern. John Jones, Pritchard, and Walker double team. Gets it off to Hopkins. Just get it across in time, but then turn it over. Richardson, nice move.
Yeah, left-handed player with a right-handed finish.
Andrews backs it back out. Finally, the Ducks full court pressure paying some dividends.
Yeah, they're forcing some turnovers. Texas Southern doesn't seem to be quite sure what they want to do. Instead of trying to keep attacking the press, they're trying to hold up, and as a result, they're turning the ball over.
The Ducks lead it for the first time. 17-2 run over the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Armstrong kick it back outside to Jones. Fires it up quickly with the shot clock waning.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. You got stuck with it as a player. You don't like getting stuck with the ball with under 3 seconds left, Rich. I was wondering why he tossed it up there so quick, but the shot clock was running down. Yeah, as a player, you don't want anybody messing up your stats like that. You know, got to take those desperation shots at the end of the shot clock.
Ducks with their starting 5 on the floor, with the exception of Will Richardson in there for Anthony Mathis. Duarte tried to dish it underneath to Walker, but Walker zigged and Duarte's pass zagged, and there was no connection.
It was a good idea by Duarte. But C.J. Walker thought he was going to shoot that basketball. So as a result, he was going for the offensive rebound. Duarte's dropping off a pass. Looked like both of them are going to get a chance to talk about it. Coach Altman's going to give them both a blow.
Duarte, Walker, and Okoro come out. Lawson, Dante, and Mathis in for the Ducks.
So they keep holding up, Rich. I think they'd be better off just attacking the press.
Andrews 3. Weak side board, and finally Dante. 6'11", and he got up there. Lob at the other end to Lawson, in too deep. Richardson 3. Got it.
There's the guy. Will Richardson playing well off the bench, Rich.
20-2 run for the Ducks.
And the Ducks have definitely woke up.
Andrews again open for 3.
Andrews says, you keep leaving me open, I'm going to keep shooting it. Yak him. Knock that one down. Yes, they did.
It's the first time I've heard the yak him today.
Oh, I've been waiting. Yes, I've been waiting, baby.
Lawson Comey back out to Richardson. 3-pointer again. Will Richardson tops in the conference. 3-point shooting percentage. 63.2 coming in. He's 3 for 3. It's only going up. He's 15 for 22 on 3-pointers this year. My math says that's 68%. Baldwin doesn't go.
A good look by Chris Baldwin. Will Will shoot another one?
Heat check. Rattles out.
I was about to say back-to-back yak for Will Richardson, but it didn't go down. Good look for him, though. He looks a lot more confident this year, Rich. He really does.
Oh, so much. He's improved in every way. Leadership, defensively. Andrews again. Peyton Pritchard comes down with his 3rd rebound. Volley Dante. The big guy can pass. Watch him if he finds somebody open. Comes out to set the screen. Richardson. And offensive foul on Will Richardson.
I think that was an inadvertent elbow, but a good call by the ref. He did elbow Andrews in the face. I don't think it was intentional, though.
And USC knocking off LSU at Staples Center in L.A. Stanford earlier today in the Al Attles Classic. They won 62-59 over 20th ranked San Diego.
That's a great idea by the conference to have the Al Attles Classic.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
Honor a great man. Tyrell Terry, 13 of the 20 points came in the second half. Oscar Da Silva went 19-11, and how about Stanford at 11-1?
That house is getting it done. I don't think anybody saw that coming from Stanford. I know I didn't.
Shot clock 6 seconds ahead of the game clock. Armstrong against Pritchard. What a battle of point guards we have tonight. And Armstrong rattles it home.
He's making tough shots look really, really easy, Rich. I love the way this kid plays.
Pritchard stripped to the basketball.
Yeah, great hands by Tyreke Armstrong. He's had an outstanding first half. I think that's 12 for him on 6 or 7 shooting from the field.
Remember, the Ducks were trailing it 26-13.
To give Texas Southern credit, though, they've done a good job of keeping the reigning Pac-12 Player of the Week in check so far.
Texas Southern just 2 non-conference home games, November 30th and December 7th. Road games at San Diego State, Wichita State, South Dakota, Arkansas, Northern Kentucky, Montana, Gonzaga, Nevada, now Oregon. And then next week they'll be at ASU in a game here on Pac-12 Network. Darren Seton and Eddie House will have the call.
That's a tough non-conference schedule for a small SWAC school.
That'll be a week from tomorrow. Here's Duarte driving against Andrews. And that's a charge against Duarte. Andrews had been given a flopping warning earlier. And here he takes the charge.
Well, this has been somewhat of a feisty matchup the entire first half. You can see Andrews is just really eager to play his role as agitator. Moves his feet extremely well, though, Rich.
Duarte comes out after his second foul. Goes Arrazes, gets it back. And Jones brings it across the timeline, gets it to his backcourt running mate Tyreke Armstrong. Sasumpa out to set the ball screen. Jones hangs in the air. Jethro Sasumpa, jump hook.
Another nice jump hook by Jethro. And a nice find by John Jones.
Jones and his predecessor Mike Davis, as the former Indiana head coach, they have done a pretty good job of giving guys who are considered to be talented second and third chances, and they've turned Texas Southern into a SWAC powerhouse by doing that. Texas Southern's made the NCAA tournament 4 of the last 6 years. Francis Okoro. Richardson puts it up over Andrews. Will now 3 of 5 on three-pointers in the game.
That was a good contest by Jordan Andrews. That was a tough shot by Will Richardson.
Dish it back off Andrews. Texas Southern has the lead again.
Yeah, they're feeling good. That's a great find by Tyreke Armstrong. Looked like he wanted to shoot that ball. The defense collapsed on him. Found Andrews wide open in the corner.
Andrews now with 6. Pritchard dish it off to Okoro, puts it to the floor, goes up and gets fouled by Sasumpa. That's his first. Okoro will go to the free throw line.
On that play, Rich, I don't think Francis Okoro should have put the ball on the floor. He should have just caught that ball and went up and dunked it quick. As a result, took a dribble, gathered itself, gave the defense a chance to come over and foul him.
Peyton Pritchard with 4 points and 4 assists. Well, he has been more of a passer tonight than a shooter. Just 1 field goal attempt, 1 more for Okoro. 54% are coming in.
That's a good foul by Texas Southern as he misses them both.
Andrews again.
Well, that was a bit of a heat check because that was not an open jumper.
Nope. Pritchard was there with a hand in his face. Out of bounds back to Texas Southern with 15 to shoot. Texas Southern out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. It's been a one-bid league every year of its existence, going back to the 1970s. Okoro high in the air for the board.
So you talked about Mike Davis, who was there before. I played against Mike in the CBA back in my playing days. He was a really competitive guy. Used to talk a lot of trash, Rich.
C.J. Walker with the stop. What a move by Walker. What, 3 steps from the corner to get there?
I'll say it again, Rich. Jordan Bell, Kenny Wooten, all over again.
And at the other end, no time to celebrate. John Jones cans the 3.
Well, Oregon fans remember what he did last season when Texas Southern upset Oregon. It looked like he's trying to do that again.
Walker again on the drive. Sasumpa had his feet set, but he was inside the restricted area.
Let me take a look at C.J. Walker here. Just a great show and go. 1 dribble, like you said, from the three-point line, and that's 6'8" and athletic. He made that look really easy.
That was 3 steps.
It was amazing. Here's another moving screen by Francis Okoro.
That's twice in the game, accounting for both his fouls.
Yeah.
Ducks turn it over for the 12th time.
That young fella still learning, only a sophomore. Oh, good defense by Will Richardson. Making it tough for Armstrong to get the ball in bounds.
Texas Southern led it 26-13, fell behind. They've regained the lead again. What was it? Apollo Creed's trainer said they don't know it's a show, they think it's a fight.
But nobody can stay in front of this little fella. He's just getting to the basket at will, Rich. Tyreek Armstrong. You know, we see why Johnny Jones is so high on him. I just can't believe he didn't have a scholarship. He was a walk-on, and he's the best player on a Division I team. That's insane.
Will Richardson's second foul. Yeah, last year Armstrong walked on. Texas Southern was out of scholarships. They needed a backup point guard. Armstrong, a Houston kid, showed up in their gym. And Johnny Jones said, we didn't know what we were getting. And then Jalen Patterson, their starting point guard last year, went down with an injury. And Armstrong played so well, they moved Patterson to the off guard. Lob underneath, and Dante's shot doesn't go.
That's a good foul by Jordan Andrews. He wasn't going to be able to do anything with Big Dante down there right underneath the basket.
Third foul, Jordan Andrews.
Take a look at it here. Just good pass by Peyton. Got a little bit deflected.
Paulie Dante makes the free throw. He was 0 for 3 on free throws in his college debut on Wednesday. This is his first trip to the line tonight. Big guy out of the Republic of Mali will have one more. Mathis couldn't come down with a rebound, but eventually chased down by Pritchard. Here's C.J. Walker against Yahuza Razas. Walker all the way into the lane, tried to dish it off to Dante, and out of bounds. The Ducks turn it over.
I really like the idea by C.J. Walker. He was trying to get that ball to Big Dante down there, and it just was a little bit off. But a really, really good look and good idea.
And Dante just started practicing with them on Monday.
He's going to be a force.
Andrews. Rebound Chisopa off the glass, not good. Third opportunity. Pritchard bats it out of bounds. Back to Texas Southern with 17 to shoot.
You see Peyton Pritchard just hustling, never giving up on the play. But Jethro Chisopa, I love his aggressiveness on the offensive glass. He's really going getting after it. And Peyton Pritchard just never gives up on the play. Always in pursuit of the basketball. This is a tough matchup for him because I got to admit Tyreek Armstrong is a pretty good player.
Walker picks up Armstrong. Razas around to Jones, left open for three. Rattles it home. 5 second chance points for Texas Southern. And Montana didn't have any.
Well, high and let it fly. He's feeling it, Rich. As soon as it left his hands, he knew it was good.
He's got 10. Well, you could do that. You didn't shoot 41% in your NBA career on three-pointers. You knew when they were good, baby.
It would have been nice if I could have played with my dad. I can tell you that.
Dante against Chisopa. And talk about Clash of the Titans right there. And Chisopa with a block. Long three by Jones. Rebound Dante.
Another heat check. Good minutes by Chisopa, though.
Yes,
for Texas Southern, yeah.
Anthony Mathis puts Andrews in the air. Kicking out to Richardson. Picked up by Andrews. Dante goes up for the jam and one.
Yeah, because I knew he was going to get it. Too much help by Chisopa that time. And Big Folly. Dante said, take this with you, Big Daddy. He was running back like a dog chased him after hitting that three.
This is the last play of the game. Okoro batting it to Duarte, who fired it away, and Oregon wins it. It is their first ever non-conference road win over a top 5 team. Dante completes their three-point play. The Ducks back within 3 and continue to apply the pressure to Texas Southern. Here's Andrews playing with 3 fouls. And now Tyreek Armstrong. Do everything guard for Texas Southern. Dante got a hand in there.
That was great hands by the big man. I thought he had created a turnover there.
I think he's going to create a few. Razas taking it in deep in the woods, and he traveled with it. First turnover in the second half on Texas Southern.
Razas didn't play much in the first half, even though he started. Mathis has been really quiet.
Hit one three-pointer.
Yeah. That's all he seems to be looking for, though. Sometimes you got to try to attack the basket, get an easy lay-in to get yourself going.
Yeah, they'll open things up for you on the perimeter. Yeah. Turnover on Oregon. Teardrop. Jones comes out. Would have been an and one.
John Jones doesn't agree with the call, but
it's against him.
Foul, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Shot a little runner, floated right into the defender.
Afterwards, Jones was calling for the flop. He wanted the flop call.
That's too easy for Peyton Pritchard there. You can see his strength as he goes to the basket, though. He's a really strong guard. Texas Southern has to see if they can get Chris Baldwin going again. He had a really good first half for him with 10 off the bench.
Jones sending Armstrong to the corner. Kicked ball. Shot clock set to 20. I got to say, this Armstrong-Jones backcourt ought to do pretty well in the SWAC this year.
I agree with you. They're small, but they're tough. And they can flat out score the basketball. And you can see Armstrong is the general. Every time they get the ball across half court, they all look for him.
Houston,
he's their leader.
And now Jones. Baldwin hit a three in the first half, cans one in the second half. In fact, he's 3 for 4 on three-pointers.
He's a really nice, long, athletic-looking four-man who can stretch you out.
Pritchard drains a three. His first three-pointer.
For me to get into the action.
Chris Baldwin, by the way, was 5 for 14 on threes coming into the game. He's 3 for 4 tonight. Jones open for three. Second chance.
He is not bashful, Rich. That's for sure.
Andrews fighting hard. Dish it off to Razas, who gets fouled. I tell you, I'm impressed very much so with Jordan Andrews.
Same here. He's brought a lot of energy for his ball club. Just hustling, making all the plays that don't show up in the box score. Just great effort by him.
Chris Baldwin hitting his third three of the game.
Yeah, with the Yakum. Big fella can shoot the ball. It stretches the floor. And we know Peyton Pritchard can knock him down.
Pritchard now with 9 points.
He's getting pretty close to Peyton Pritchard time. I think he's going to have to take this game over. Kind of just running the show. Looking for everybody else. I think we're coming up on a time where he's going to have to look for it himself, though. Texas Southern is hanging around, Rich.
Yes, they are. Mathis and Dante come out. Okoro and Duarte back in. Here comes Pritchard. Attacked the rack over and over against Michigan a week ago today as they never did doubling. Chandler Lawson. Rebound Baldwin.
See Baldwin is really active and athletic. He looks like a big major Division I player to me.
He was at UMass.
You know, I love their effort. You know, they're scrappy. They don't mind diving on the floor, getting a few little floor burns. Texas Southern team really plays hard for their coach, Johnny Jones. As we see some subs coming in, Lumpkin.
Tigers turn it over for the third time this half. 13th time in the game.
Got Hopkins coming back in.
Devontae Lumpkin started the game, played just 6 minutes in the first half. Pritchard goes to work. Sealed off by Armstrong. And now Lawson with jump hook. He gets it to go. His first back.
Long, athletic guy for Oregon. Look at his legs and his arms.
Dutch back up on top. Lawson, a true freshman from Memphis. Played some high school ball for Penny Hardaway before Hardaway took over the Memphis program. Lumpkin trying to kick it back out and turns it over. Trying to get it to Armstrong. Duarte open for three. Was 1 for 6 in the first half, and that one rattles out.
He's not bashful at all. He obviously has the green light from Coach Altman.
Lumpkin's three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound Richardson. Richardson all the way. Kick it to Pritchard. Richardson open for three. Hands it.
Left his hand. He got his feet set squared, his shoulders up. and knock it down. He's playing well tonight.
Richardson last year set his then career high in points and rebounds with 13 and 8 against Texas Southern.
That's 14 for him here tonight.
Ducks getting another battle out of Texas Southern. Tigers beat the Ducks on their home floor in November of 2018. Lumpkin for 3. Pritchard the rebound, his 5th. Peyton Pritchard on the drive. Gets it to go.
Yeah. A big play right there.
And 1.
Here we see Will Richardson get
tonight. He does have 5 rebounds. And Peyton Pritchard to the free throw line to try to complete the and 1.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for Francis to get out there to concentrate and focus on the basketball game when you lost your father. Man, I feel for him.
Ducks now on a 11-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Question is, can Texas Southern inch back closer as they did the previous time the Ducks went on a long run?
Well, their floor general isn't out there. It's just Tyreek Armstrong right now.
Bryson Etienne. Etienne fumbles it. Floater doesn't go. Tipped back by Baldwin. Third opportunity. How about Chris Baldwin?
He's just been absolutely fabulous off the bench. High energy, active, can shoot the 3 ball, hitting offensive glass. He's doing a little bit of everything for Texas Southern.
7 second chance points for Texas Southern. 5 in the second half. Richardson drives it against Jones. Now Duarte. Okoro. Try to kick it back out and turns it over. Etienne against Duarte, who strips him. What a great steal by Duarte. Chandler Lawson all the way. Charging violation called against Lawson. Nice job by Hopkins to take it.
Lawson was trying not to get the offensive charge, and I think he should have just took off and jumped over the guy. That's what I did if I was him at 6'8", 6'9". He tried to avoid it and got it anyway. But Chris Baldwin, he's been fabulous for Texas Southern. As we see it right there, he was trying to avoid that charge, Rich.
Was it Jay Morant, Kevin Love, who jumped up and went almost over him like Vince Carter?
That was insane by a 6'3" guard over a 6'10" power forward. The first thing I said was, what is Kevin Love thinking? He had to have seen the highlights of Ja Morant by now. Bad decision, Kevin Love.
Okoro comes out. Dante back in for Oregon. Folly Dante with 6 points, 2 of 4 from the floor. Reedus, the true freshman from Houston, Eisenhower High School in the game. Etienne, his 3-pointer rattles out.
That was a great look by Etienne. Did everything but go down.
Pritchard tried to lob it underneath, gets it to Walker, who goes up. And we got a tie-up, and the arrow goes the way of Texas Southern.
Yeah, I thought that was a travel. I thought C.J. Walker went up and came down with that ball.
That was what I thought would have happened as well.
That's called a tie-up. Either way, Texas Southern gets the ball back.
Lee Baldwin open for 3, and he knocks it down. Dante's got to learn. He's got to get a hand out there against him. Baldwin now.
He's smiling, Rich. He's feeling good. He's having an absolute ball out here.
18 points.
Chris Baldwin is balling.
4 of 5 from 3.
He is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Came off the bench, had a great first half with 10.
First foul on Jamar Reedus.
He's just catching it in rhythm, Rich, and ain't even thinking about it. Shooting it high and letting it fly and yak him. Baldwin.
Pritchard makes the front end.
Richard said he started at UMass, Baldwin that is?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you can tell he's a big-time athlete.
Springfield, Massachusetts native.
He fits right in with these Oregon Duck athletes. He's right there. Long and athletic.
Ducks in the bonus from here on out. Ducks now 11 of 15 from the free throw line. Free throws cost them games against Gonzaga and North Carolina in the battle for Atlantis and the Bahamas. And Baldwin, nice 15-footer. He's got 20.
Yeah, they're going to have to find him. He's become a problem.
Texas Southern back within one. Richardson hangs in the air, non-call. Rebound comes down to Etienne.
And I tell you what else, Rich, Redis has come off the bench and given Texas Southern some nice minutes. Giving Tyreek Armstrong a nice blow.
Averaging 10 minutes and 2 points a game. There's Baldwin again, right place, right time. Hopkins puts it back up, no. Another opportunity, and one. Justin Hopkins.
A lot like that first half, Rich. Texas Southern just seems like they wanted more all of a sudden. They're beating Oregon to all the loose balls, all offensive rebounds. They regain the lead.
It's a game of runs. Ducks no field goals in the last 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
And Hopkins is staying with it.
Balls on C.J. Walker. And Texas Southern suddenly back up on top by 2.
They won last year, Rich, so they know that they can win here. And they're playing like it. They're not intimidated at all. Number 8, what? They don't seem to care.
And they were down 54-48. So they're on a 10-2 run.
It's their energy. Chris Baldwin just being really active. They're scrappy. We talked about Jordan Andrews when he was in the game. He's on the bench right now, just doing whatever it takes to make plays defensively, diving on the floor. Oregon needs a spark from somebody here.
Francis Okoro comes back in. You got to think that guy's going to be Peyton Pritchard.
At some point, I agree with you, Rich. He's going to have to take this game over. He's just trying to play and let the flow come to him. We've got 8 minutes left.
Richardson makes the front into the 1-and-1. Foul was on Bryson Etienne, his first. Texas Southern stunned the Ducks here in November of 2018. Playing at 89-84. Well, most of that team is gone.
Yeah, the mentality isn't gone. They're still competing the same exact way.
Richardson picks up Jamar Reedus. Reedus double team. Got to get rid of it. He does to Hopkins. Now to Baldwin. Kick it back outside. Jones. And we got a foul called against Oregon. Some of the crowd were calling for a travel on Jones, but no go. Foul on Mathis, his second. 7:50 left.
Gene, my stomach's getting grumpy.
I know, hang on. This place has, quote, a strong croissant game and ample parking.
How many stars?
3.6.
Nope, next. I don't trust anything below 3.8.
Oh, this place has 4.2 stars and was on that food show with the Frosted Tips guy.
Oh, do they have a vegan option?
You're not vegan.
I'm vegan on the days that I don't eat meat.
Oh, there's a chain nearby.
A place with pictures on the menu? What are we, animals?
This time it ain't a game, yeah. MJ with the 6 rings, yeah. Y'all better switch out your plays, yeah. On fire with the little flame, yeah.
This time it ain't a game, yeah. LeBron James coming through a lane, yeah. Y'all better switch out your plays, yeah. On fire with the little flame, yeah.
November 20th, 1948. An overflow crowd of 23,000 jammed into Bell Field in Corvallis for a showdown between 13th-ranked Oregon and Oregon State. The Wetwoods, led by All-American quarterback Norm Van Brockman, came into the game needing a win to clinch a share of the conference title. Wingback Johnny McKay scored the game's only touchdown as Oregon shut out their in-state rivals 10-0. The Wetwoods finished the regular season with a 9-1 record and accepted an invitation to play SMU in the Cotton Bowl.
Building your business took inspiration, sacrifice, long days, and late nights. Reaching the next level requires something more. The right banking relationship. Businesses like yours are creating commerce and community up and down the West Coast. When it's time to move forward, our team can get you going and help keep you growing. And business growth starts at Opus Bank.
Coming up a week from today on Pac-12 Network, another doubleheader. Texas Southern in action again down in Tempe against Arizona State. Then Cal State Fullerton against UCLA begins 12 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Mountain, Pac-12 Network, and the Pac-12 Now app. Hope you can download it when you get a chance if you haven't done so already. Cal State Fullerton, UCLA, Kansas. A week from tomorrow will be at Maples Pavilion to take on Stanford. Stanford 11-1. Florida Gulf Coast, USC, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Washington State. Non-con is winding down. Texas Southern, 3 of 6 at the free throw line now. They're in the bonus from here on out. And how about Chris Smith at UCLA? 11.3 points per game. Leads the team in scoring and second in assists.
90% from the free throw line.
John Jones made them both. And Texas Southern up by 2. Cole Richardson at the controls right now. Richardson and Pritchard in the game at the same time, as they often are for Oregon. Here's Anthony Mathis. Richard, senior transfer, graduate student from New Mexico. Now Duarte drains it from 3. He came in making about 1 out of every 3-pointers, and he's struggled there tonight. But he makes his second. He had 8 attempts.
One thing I've learned is he's not going to stop shooting it, that's for sure.
That's a mark of a good shooter, isn't it? You had those nights, Eldridge.
Confidence, baby. You got to have it.
Rebound Richardson. Ducks by 1 and the ball. Here's Duarte again. Is he feeling it? Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah, he's got the green light, Rick. I don't know if Coach Altman gave it to him or he took it, but he definitely got it. Back-to-back threes.
What's your phrase there, Eldridge?
Yak 'em, baby.
Yak 'em, baby. Back-to-back threes by Chris Duarte, and the Ducks lead it by 4 seasons. Chris Duarte back-to-back threes to give the Ducks a 64-60 lead. And Eldridge, the Ducks aren't moving the ball as well as they normally do. 11 assists on 21 made field goals. Typically that percentage is higher.
Yes, it is. I'm watching this matchup between Tyreek Armstrong and Peyton Pritchard. It's getting a little chippy out there.
Another great matchup of point guards. Last week we had Xavier Simpson of Michigan against Pritchard. And in this one, the unheralded Armstrong against Pritchard. There's Jones with a long 3.
So he has a somewhat awkward release, but boy, does he knock it down, and does he shoot it with confidence.
He's got 15. He had 20 off the bench. And Texas Southern won here last year. Richardson kick it back outside to Duarte. Drives past Hopkins. Dish underneath the Okoro. Offensive foul.
I like the fact that Duarte put that ball on the floor, but he's got to learn how to come to a jump stop. You can't throw these floater passes where you're leaning forward. It's going to be an offensive foul call every time. That's a great call by the ref and a great job by Chris Baldwin.
And that's 2 charges on Duarte in this half. That's his 3rd foul.
Well, you can tell he's competitive because he's a little bit frustrated. You just got to learn how to come to a good, strong jump stop and go straight up, and you can take the shot and make the pass.
Hand on that ball. Here comes Pritchard.
That was a tough shot, well contested by Peyton Pritchard.
Pritchard lob to Okoro in the jam.
That's a beautiful pass by Peyton Pritchard, setting up the big fella Francis Okoro. You won't see a nicer lob or an assist than that.
We'll see the Ducks do that 4 or 5 times a game, typically. That's the first time it's happened tonight.
A big possession
by 3. And they get the stop. Ball away. Tyreek Armstrong.
Game, Rich. He's got a sweet game. He was on the bench for a while, getting a nice breather. I think he's ready for this home stretch.
Richardson goes up and gets stripped. And yeah, he was one-on-one against Francis Okoro. It's a tough thing. Okoro did a pretty good job out at the top of the key a week ago on a couple of possessions defending Xavier Simpson of Michigan. But Armstrong, I mean, he's playing another level tonight.
Oh, he's playing with an extreme amount of confidence. Then he's a lefty at that, which is always tough to play against. He's competing defensively as well.
Ducks turn it over for the 19th time in the game. They had 20 turnovers against Montana. And there's Armstrong again.
Oh, he's feeling it, Rich. He's feeling it. He is feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. He is putting on a show.
4 straight points. Texas Southern leads again by 1. Pritchard defended by Armstrong. He's done a great job defending Pritchard in this game. And a reach-in foul on Armstrong. That's his second.
This is a good matchup. This is where the game is going to be won or lost by either team right here, because I think both point guards are going to take over with this last 4:44 to go.
That's the 9th foul on Texas Southern. And Pritchard at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. This one's a 1-and-1. Ducks will be in the double bonus from here on out.
I can't believe he was a walk-on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Who scouted him?
Tyreek Armstrong.
Yeah.
Weatherford Junior College transfer.
They must have sent out Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles to scout him, Rich, because I don't get that one. Wow.
Armstrong went to Weatherford at JC in Texas, about a half hour west of Dallas-Fort Worth.
He's got a quiet swag about him. You can just tell by the way he carries himself that he's really, really confident in his ability. He's not talking any trash or anything, but I'm just watching by the way he moves. As we see, Oregon is going to try to put a bigger player on him in Will Richardson.
Walker back in. Jones left it behind him momentarily. Richardson picking up Armstrong all the way out near midcourt when he didn't have the ball. That's how much respect he has for him.
You have to. You got to try to deny him. Let's push him in the back on Pritchard. Yep. A good call against Chris Baldwin. Peyton just undersized on there. Baldwin 6'8", 6'9". Peyton at 6'3", 6'2".
Pritchard's first foul. Chris Baldwin, 75%er from the line coming in. This is his first trip. Made 12 of 16 this year.
He's looked really good tonight, Rich. He's just now got straight money. Yeah.
21 points.
In 21 minutes, almost. Point a minute man.
Both teams shooting well from beyond the arc in the second half. He makes them both, and Texas Southern back up by one.
It is quiet. This crowd is quiet.
That's either our 8th or 9th lead change. Pritchard hangs in the air, puts it in.
He's just showing his strength. You can tell Peyton's been in the weight room. He's just strong when he gets down there in the paint. Really able to gather himself and finish.
Extra pass, Etienne, air ball. Out of bounds, last touch by the Ducks. 3:57 left. The Ducks trying to avoid an upset to Texas Southern again.
He was going to wake up sooner or later. It's his time, this last 4 minutes. He's got to take over this ball game. Because if he doesn't, Tyreek Armstrong, I got a feeling is for Texas Southern.
Pritchard took that game over a week ago at Michigan. He scored 15 of the Ducks' final 17 points. Jordan Andrews gets the ball into Armstrong. Hook it back to Andrews. Open for three. Look out. Rebound Mathis. Ducks were fortunate there.
Oregon definitely dodged the bullet. Somebody lost Jordan Andrews. Got a wide open look. Just missed it.
Pritchard stops. Rolls out. Rebound Richardson. Tried to dish it off to Pritchard. Kicked ball back to Oregon with 3:33 left and 20 on the timer.
Well, sometimes when the ball is bouncing your way, it's bouncing your way. That time it bounced directly to Oregon.
I'm not sure Peyton Pritchard said the ball's bouncing his way. He probably thought that ball should fall in the hoop.
That was a tough shot, though, Rich. It was tough.
Okoro had it back to Pritchard. Armstrong has done an excellent job defending Peyton Pritchard in this game. Pritchard denying the ball screen, instead putting it up to the base from 15. There he is taking over.
Talking about stop on a dime. That's a beautiful pull-up J by Peyton Pritchard. Good defense by Tyreek Armstrong, but he couldn't do nothing about that. That 19 for him?
That is 19. Meanwhile, Texas Southern 6 of 15 on threes this half. Out of bounds, turned over by Texas Southern. 6th turnover in this half. Pritchard just going to work.
You just see a beautiful one-on-one move here. Dribble to the baseline and just stopped on a dime, pulled up and knocked it down.
This is a great battle of point guards between Armstrong and Pritchard. Armstrong defending Pritchard right now. Back to C.J. Walker after he set the ball screen. He was open. Will Richardson fighting for the rebound and gets it. Richardson now with 4 boards in the game.
That's great hustle by Will Richardson. That's the kind of plays that win your ball games right there.
Two critical boards.
Yeah.
Pritchard down the right angle. And draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's a little bit too much hands by Tyreke Armstrong. He doesn't agree with the call, but I thought it was a good one by the ref. Peyton Pritchard, once he gets an angle on you going to the basket, it's going to be tough to not foul.
Yeah, foul was on Baldwin. His 3rd.
Okay, that was on Baldwin.
Yeah.
Peyton just has a strong base and a strong upper body. Really smart. Rarely do you see him go in the paint out of control.
Really low center of gravity.
Exactly.
He's now 10 of 11 on free throws in this game. Came in at just 68%, which is unusual for him. 84% last year as a junior. Ducks by 5. Can they get another key stop? Jones with Walker. Active hands. Now Okoro. Armstrong. Rebound Okoro. He's got 7 boards.
A rare miss for Tyreke Armstrong. Nice move, got the shot he wanted, just couldn't knock it down. You can see Oregon's going to take their time. They've got a 5-point lead. They're going to try to milk as much clock as they can.
Armstrong now 8 of 11 from the floor. Timeout with 1:52 to go.
A big defensive possession right here for Texas Southern. Down.
The Duck a little worried, as are the fans here. Remember last year, Texas Southern came in and defeated the Ducks by 5. Just their 4th home loss. And at that point, 8 seasons at Matthew Knight Arena. Now they're 86-4. Richardson all the way to the rack. The left-hander lays it in.
And there's your guy, Richard. Just playing a solid game tonight. Really under control, taking what the defense is giving him. He's knocked down a few threes. They got to run out there and guard him. He takes it all the way to the basket.
Got to guard Baldwin as well. They don't get out to him, and now Baldwin has 25 points, a game high.
Oh, Chris Baldwin is putting on a show.
Will Richardson, meanwhile, 1 point shy of his career high of 19 set last year, the last day of January against Utah.
This one ain't over yet, Rich.
All right, 10 seconds on the timer, and so Pritchard goes to work. Now Chris Duarte.
1 minute.
4 to shoot. Pritchard, long 3. Visions of Jerry West long ago.
Good Lord.
Before the three-point line.
He shot that from the O at half court. Are you kidding me, Rich?
Before the three-point line, they would shoot it out there all the time.
Ooh-wee. Oh, boy. The Steph Curry effect.
Pritchard breaks the ankles of Andrews, doesn't go. On the rebound to foul.
Tim.
29.6 left. Ducks leading it by 7. With the shot clock waning, Peyton Pritchard from out near midcourt. He was maybe 10 feet shy.
He was at the bottom of that O.
That's a 37-footer. Maybe 38.
Oh, there was a book called Moneyball, but that was the Moneyball right there. That might have sealed it. Not might have. That did seal the deal.
Apologies to Michael Lewis.
Man, what an impressive shot. He was quiet. I knew at some point he was going to wake up, Rich, and when he did, boy, did he deliver the dagger right there.
There's a third foul on Okoro. Baldwin will have one more. He's got 27 points. His team down by 5.
Chandler Lawson back in the game for Okoro.
Chandler Lawson, better free throw shooter back in the game for Francis Okoro. And Baldwin down to the Pritchard. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. 10 of 11 at the line in this game. Watch this three-pointer by Peyton Pritchard from the O.
I mean, that's 40 feet out, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that is, talk about deep in the woods. Woo! That was deep in the woods, ladies and gentlemen. Peyton Pritchard with the ultimate yakka.
And remember last week when Pritchard had 15 of the Ducks' final 17 points at the OT win at Michigan. He's got 12 of their last 14.
Well, that's what he does. He has a lot of confidence. He doesn't try to force anything. Tried to get his teammates involved, set back, let the game come to him. And when it came time to take over, that's exactly what he did.
6 assists in this game, matching his season average, second of the Pac-12, also has 5 boards. Armstrong, there's a foul called against Peyton Pritchard. That's his second. Crowd doesn't like it. Tyreek Armstrong makes the first. Each team in the double bonus. Armstrong, 86% coming in. Second year with Texas Southern. After transferring from Weatherford JC. Armstrong now with 19. Texas Southern down by 5, 23 seconds to go. Inbound to Pritchard. And there's a foul called against Jordan Andrews. They wanted...
Johnny Jones is having a heart attack on the side.
They wanted a turnover.
He said he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds. Let's see if he did. Can't really tell from that angle from our point of view.
That's 5 fouls on Jordan Andrews, so they lose one of their 3-point threats. Some of the crowd chant his steps as he gets ready to sit down. And Peyton Pritchard will go to the free throw line. He's 12 of 13 from the line in this game. Most outstanding player of the Pac-12 tournament last year, led the nation in minutes played. This is his 121st consecutive start. Top active figure in the NCAA. He scored in 125 consecutive games. Likewise, the longest streak in the NCAA. Did I say NBA? I'm thinking about you, Audrey. NCAA.
Wouldn't surprise me if you're saying his name in the NBA. He's had that type of career.
Yep. All right, Ducks by 7. Armstrong, floater. Wow. Knocks it down.
Boy,
he's got 21.
Tough shots. It's been a great performance by both point guards tonight. Yep. And Tyreek Armstrong has shown me that somebody made a mistake not offering just before the game. He said when he saw all the guys leave, Bobo, Kenny Wooten, Lewis King, he was like, yeah, we'll play him again. He didn't know they were going to reload like this, though. But I take my hat to Texas Southern. They came out and really, really competed here tonight. Peyton Pritchard just proved to be too much here in the second half.
Pritchard fouled by Jamal Reedus. We'll go to the line for 2. Pritchard matching his line from a week ago at Michigan, at least for the moment. He has made 15 of the Ducks' last 17 points.
Yeah, you got to deny him and let somebody else get the ball in because he's not going to miss any free throws. He's shown that he's clutch.
If he makes both free throws, it'll be a new career high.
And just as I say that, I jinx him.
So one more to tie his career high.
Oregon takes everybody off the lane. They don't want to give up any easy threes in transition with 10.5 left to play, up 5. Smart play by Dana Altman.
Pritchard, 29 points, matches his career high. Tyreek Armstrong stumbles, tried to dish it off. Etienne doesn't go.
How did Tyreek Armstrong make that pass? Because he made that, it was a very difficult pass that he made look easy.
Under 1 second left, Ducks going to escape with a win over Texas Southern. They gave the Ducks a battle again, Aldridge.
Yes, they did. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They came in here and gave it everything they have. It's just a great performance by Tyreek Armstrong and Chris Baldwin.
And the Ducks definitely